What did you see on the punt, both as it happened and then after the fact?
I got to take a look at it, Sam. Special teams, 2 weeks in a row, and then new this year. I got to do a better job making sure that we're up to speed on that, and I think we made a lot of progress. But I don't know if the timing was off, if we were late, if somebody missed an assignment. I didn't see it, but I'll watch it in about 10 minutes.
Does the sheer devastation of those plays back-to-back weeks convince you that a special teams coordinator is the way to go from here?
I'm going to talk about hiring people later.
Scott, what do you tell your kids after? I mean, they had to control this game.
Yeah, they sure did. I feel like a broken record a little bit with them. Today was some guy's last game, and I can't tell you how much I love and appreciate Deontay and JoJo and Markel and all the other guys. I don't want to list them all those guys. For everything that we've been through this year as a team, 99% of teams would have folded and quit. There's no quitting these guys. Life teaches you good lessons. Sometimes you get the breaks. Sometimes it teaches you tough lessons. And I appreciate the fight in those guys and the commitment they've had. And nobody can say that group ever shut it down.
What did you think of the way Logan played overall, and did anything change in the second half as it maybe started to, control the game started to slip a little bit?
No, my message to him was simple: go out and make plays and don't turn the ball over. We played a really clean first half. That's a good team across from us, and they're, a lot of games they've won because they've created turnovers, and other teams have made the mistakes and they haven't. And we didn't make very many, if any, in the first half, and we made some critical ones in the second half. Thought Logan managed the game pretty well. Did enough for us to win.
In the field, it looked like he thought maybe Levi was going to continue his route there. What did you see on that last?
Yeah, that's a play we run all the time. The receiver has an option of running a post or shutting it down, and I bet we have 3,000 reps of that, and made the wrong throw at the wrong time.
Did you anticipate Iowa switching up quarterbacks at halftime?
No, but I don't know if that was a factor. He came in and played well, and they won, so maybe it was. But the block punt was the game. And when you've been in as many games like this as we have, you just try to arrest the negative momentum at that point. Then we missed on one protection and gave up a safety, and defense hadn't given up any chunk runs, big runs all day, and we give up one at the wrong time. And I'm frustrated. I'm really encouraged about how we play every week and all the young players that are playing well, and a lot of those things. We're a lot better team than we have been, and in a lot of ways we've made progress. There's some other ways we got a ways to go. The young core of this team is good enough to win, and we got to do the little things right to make sure we're on the right side of these close games.
What do you need from your running back spot, from the production from that position moving forward for your offense?
Yeah, it's got to be better. It's not one guy. It's blocking better downfield on the perimeter, and it's the holes being a little bigger, and getting a few more tough yards or making somebody miss. And we've run it well at times, and it's just not consistent enough to count on it. Really in the second half, they were pretty much taking their backers out of the box to get us out of our option game. When that happens, you need to just be able to run the ball between the tackles. And we did okay at times. Probably the play that hurt us and gets overlooked a little, and the last play of the third quarter, we called one of those plays, the end crashed down and tried to pull the ball. I think it would have been a really good gain for us and put us in better field position to start the fourth. We laid the ball on the ground, and it was 2nd and 11, and they blocked the punt. So that it's kind of been death by paper cuts this year, and Same thing happened today, and I stand there. I want to stop the negative things from happening, stop the momentum, and talk to the kids. And that was that was a lot of bad plays in a row. And credit to them, they made the plays when they needed to. We didn't.
Did you have a sense of your sideline after that blocked punt?
Yeah, the sideline was. I went and talked to the guys that mattered, and everybody's look in their eyes was great. Just with what we've been through, Sip. Honestly, it's human nature to just have it in the back of your head, like what's going to go wrong. And when one goes wrong, what else is going to go wrong? And a lot had to go wrong in a row. When we were up 21-6 and 21-9, and I felt great. And I really believe our kids believe they're going to win this game. I'm sure they believed it when it was 21-9. Then when the block punt happens, it's probably human nature. They got it in the back of their head, and wins take care of that. You win one close one, then you win another one, and that's how you get that fixed.
Last couple of weeks, both teams ran the ball on you more than most teams had this year. Is that just as simple as missing some guys wearing out the other one?
Yeah, I mean the teams we played are really good at running it, or good at running it. Certainly doesn't help not to have some of those guys. I mean, Damian Daniel's been a huge part of this team, and especially in the run game, and JoJo and Deontay and others, and I can't blame that though. We did a good enough job against the run for 3 quarters, and gave up a long one when we couldn't. But it goes back to special teams. If we don't get that punt block for a touchdown, and they have to go 80 yards or 60 yards to score, I still feel great about our chances.
Scott, when you look ahead, Scott, just how important now are these next few weeks with the hires, with the transfer portal, with recruiting, and everything that you guys face before Christmas?
Yeah, really important. We've been so close. This thing has a chance to really take off. Part of that's going to be getting a few guys to stay, maybe. Part of that's going to be getting some new blood in the program. Part of that's going to be getting some new coaches. And like I said, we got a good young core. I'm really encouraged by the progress we've made just from a football standpoint. It's criminal that the record is where it is, and I got to do a better job, because coming this close in that many football games and not getting any is heartbreaking.
2 more for Coach. Scott, the psychology of saying you're close, I think that's been a big part of keeping your team's spirits high, and the fact that they haven't quit. Is there a flip side to that where you have to maybe tell them, hey, we got a long ways to go to, or have you considered the psychology of what to tell your team in weeks like this?
Yeah, I consider the psychology what I talk to the team about every week, and trying to give them a message. Yeah, but I really don't believe a message on Thursday night is the key, and I've tried, and I will continue to. Really, it comes special teams and a little detail here and there. And we got to do a better job as coaches making sure the details don't get us beat. We got to do a better job as coaches making sure special teams don't get us beat. And when those things get you over the hump in a game or two, then it's not hoping we're going to win or thinking we're going to win. It's knowing we're going to go out and get it done. And we got to do a good job of that.
For those guys specifically that maybe are key to getting back next year, what's your message when you meet with them about kind of selling them on that dream?
I don't think they need to be sold. I think each one of them just needs to make a decision that's best for them. There's some that probably need to go give it a shot at the next level. There's others that can use another year. In my senior year, a couple guys came back that could have got drafted real high, but they wanted to see this through. And I think we'll have some like that, and some that want to go take the next challenge. But the guys that are going to be back need to bond together and take one more step.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks.
Start players with Logan Smothers. questions for Logan?
Logan, when did you find out you were the guy this week? How much work did you put in to get yourself ready for today?
Yeah, I found out Sunday, and you just treat it like each and every week. You know, just day by day is our motto. So prepared that way and just kept my head down and worked.
What did you see on the last play there? It looked like Scott Levi sort of had an option route on what he was doing.
Yeah, we just had a miscommunication there. Can't have that happen.
Did you feel the things change on the sideline after the block punt?
I mean, no, a little bit. Just we can't let that happen. You know, we gotta bring our own energy. So we can't let that happen. We just gotta bounce back.
Yeah, on the couple times the ball hit the turf, what sort of did you see happen? I know you got to make quick decisions there, but what happened from your vantage point on those ones?
I mean, you know, that's part of the game. It's gonna happen. We just gotta endure it.
What worked early in the game? I mean, you had 2 long touchdown drives in the first half and another obviously in the third quarter.
Yeah, we had a lot of energy then. We were driving. We felt good. We just got to keep that going throughout the whole game. Can't let up.
Did it go? I mean, did you have any expectation for what it would be like starting a game?
You know, this is what I've dreamed of my whole life. You know, I mean, what more can you ask for playing here at home against Iowa?
Even the way the game ended, I have to think you're probably thirsty for more of that. Now you sort of enter the offseason. When you think, I know the game just ended, but as you think about what you just experienced, where do you feel like you're doing pretty well, and where do you want to immediately try to start working on getting better?
I mean, yeah, there's, you know, take the good and bad from this game and work on those things and just move forward and get better each and every day.
Are you the kind of guy that'll watch this game 100 times, or are you just gonna file it away?
I'll probably watch a little bit and then I'll try to move on.
A couple more for Logan. Logan, how much does this experience, do you think, help you through the next 9 months?
Yeah, a ton. You know, that's all I can ask for, just having the chance to play.
You were just a part of the team that lost eight games by 1 score. No team in college football history has ever done that.
Yep.
In that locker room, as you guys move forward, what does that fact mean? You know, how do you think that plays over the weeks?
Yeah, I mean, it just shows that how close we are. You know, we're right there. We just got to get over the hump.
How much did you hear from Adrian this week? Did he give you any advice?
Yeah, a ton. You know, he was in my ear all week, so love that. You know, he's a great role model to look up to, so really appreciate him.
All right. Thank you, Logan.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. about the defensive guys? Questions?
How do you think the sideline was after the block punt? What was your read on attitude of the team after they blocked that punt?
Yeah, it's football's a game of adversity. How you respond to that adversity is going to dictate a lot of things. I didn't think it was too bad, in my opinion. I mean, we faced a lot of adversity this year. That was just another punch in the face, but we've taken punches in the face and we've responded. But to answer that question, it's I didn't see a letdown of any means, by any means.
What changed? I mean, you guys had the 2 long touchdown drives in the first half, 1 in the third quarter. What was the difference, I guess, between not being able to engineer another one in the fourth?
Yeah, it's I mean, we played a pretty clean half of football in the first half, and second half seems like it was death by paper cuts. It was a little thing here, a little thing there. Fumble, putting the ball on the ground, starting 2nd and 12 instead of getting a 6-yard gain, 1st and 4 or 2nd and 4. So things like that are frustrating. It's been that way all season. What we can do to change it is on the guys now.
What was it like walking out before the game and then walking out for the last time?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really hit me until pregame. This week of practice seemed pretty normal. But that last one in the stadium, the fans showed up. They were loud and proud. Them showing up every weekend, I mean, Black Friday game, it means a lot to me as a player, as a guy in the state, the support that they showed for a 3-8, 3-9 football team now. The support was tremendous, and I can't thank the fans enough for that.
What's the overriding emotion right now for you?
Yeah, it was a frustrating season, but I know in my case, there's a smile on my face because it happened. I got my faith leaning back on. The game of football is just a small part of your life. 1 out of 1 of us is going to die. Where we're going to spend eternity, that's up in question. And I hope to show people with the way I play football that I glorify God in the way I play sports. And hope people saw that. But I'm not sad because it's over. I'm happy because it happened.
What went into the decision that you made ultimately that this would be your last year, and when did you sort of know that it was time to take the next step?
Yeah, it's this week was big for me to talk to the family and talk to friends and coaches and people who mean a lot to me, and it was in my best interest. I think now's the time. I got to try and take my shot. Yes, there's benefits to staying and getting bigger, faster, stronger, but I mean, I think with the season, how the season played out for me personally, it's time to train. It's time to take my shot. That was kind of the thought process behind it.
Take one more cross. What do you see from Logan, and how was what he did similar or different to what you've seen all year?
Yeah, I mean, we got some ballers in the quarterback room. Logan's he's a heck of an athlete. I'm glad he got a chance today. I mean, it sucks with the situation that Adrian happened, but I'm happy Logan got his chance. He did some good things for us, and he's a good athlete. He's going to be a good athlete here. Got all the respect in the world for that quarterback room, and hopefully they can get things turned around next year.
Is there one thing you can say overall about the group of guys that you graduated with this year or walked with this year?
Yeah, it's those group of guys have seen a lot, been through a lot, taken punches left and right. It means a lot for me to stand next to them and to look back and look at all the adversity that we faced and know where this thing is going in the future. Coach Frost he's a great guy. He's got great people around him. He's going to get it turned around. But it's you just look around and just smile at the guys because the memories you've had, and it all culminated to today. And I'll keep in touch with those guys for the rest of my life. Coaches, everybody I've been involved with in my 5 years here. But like I said, I'm not sad because it's over. I'm happy because it happened.
All right. Thank you, Austin. Thanks, Austin.
Thank you.
We'll have Nick Henrich next. ahead, guys.
How do you feel, Nick, just about how the defense played today, and I guess at the very end when they got you on the long run, what kind of happened there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We just didn't get a stop when we needed to at the end of the day. We lost some momentum, and I mean, at the end of the day, the defense just has to move on to the next play, and we didn't get a stop when we needed to at the end of the day.
Ross talked a little bit about human nature and just a little bit of doubt creep into anyone's mind when things start to go wrong, and you've seen them go wrong in the past. Did you feel that at all? Is it hard to combat when the season's gone the way it has?
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone on the sideline was just like, okay, next play, next play, next play. So I think we did a good job doing that. But, you know, like I said, at the end of the day, we didn't get a stop when we needed to. So that's what really counts.
Who do you feel like is the missing ingredient? What do you think you guys need to add in the offseason to turn some of these losses into wins?
Yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know, but I know we're going to work and figure out what it is and do whatever it takes.
Not that you guys make excuses, but 5-6 weeks ago you had Deontay Williams and Damian Daniels and JoJo Doman. Today you didn't have them. How much do you guys miss those guys? I know it's next man up, but just the quality of play that those guys would provide.
Yeah, I mean, those three players are game changers for sure. We're going to miss them a lot, just not as football players, but as men. I think they've taught this defense and this program a lot about how to play the game and how to show up to work every day. So, I mean, I love all those guys, and we're going to miss them a lot.
Sometimes when guys like that leave, it's really tough to replace them the next year, and you got to kind of start over. Do you feel like this defense has come along with some of the younger guys where you have a foundation? I mean, how do you feel you can go about fixing those holes, replacing it, all that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you've seen, like, Miles and Giff and all those guys have stepped up, and they've played some really good ball. So I'm expecting those guys to take another big jump next year like they did this season and, you know, roll.
Teams often use a close loss or something that almost happens as motivation throughout the year. Not usually when it's 8 or 9 games. Usually when it's more like 1. Do you guys feel like the closeness is a motivating factor through the offseason, or do you have to kind of wipe the slate clean going into 22?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's both. I think it's important to remember how this feels and remember the sting because, I mean, there's nothing like this feeling. It's the worst. So when you don't feel like showing up to work, you got to, okay, this is why we do it. You know what I mean? We have to get better so this doesn't happen again.
There'll probably be some guys that are thinking about, going or staying. And, not just guys in the NFL, but just transfers in general. What do you feel like your message is going to be to them to try to get them to stick around?
Yeah, I mean, we need everyone back. We'd love everyone back, and I think we built a good culture this season that everyone on the team can feel. So I think that'll help. But at the end of the day, we support if someone wants to go to the NFL. We all want what's best for them. You know what I'm saying?
You said that this feeling is the worst, but after having so many one-score losses this season, are you almost a little bit numb to it?
No. I think every loss stings.
Is there part of you that watches closely what will happen over the next week or so with Adrian? I mean, he was a quarterback for 11 games. Do you watch that closely, or do you feel like you guys can do whatever you need to do, whether he comes back or not?
Yeah, I think it's just important to give him some space and let him make whatever decision's best for him. And, again, that is just an incredible man, an incredible leader. So whatever he decides, we're all going to support him 100% because we love him.
All right, thank you, Nick.
Yep, thank you.
Farewell to it, man.
Cam Taylor Britt, questions?
Okay.
Cam, how would you sum up that game and just this season for the team?
Get serious now. It's unfortunate that a team so great can do so many things good and it just turns up bad. I have no answer for this game. Honestly, it just feels as like it's an ongoing dream, and it happens week in and week out. that we have some of the top teams in the country to a certain amount of points, certain amount of yards, doing our thing, and just one play or one hiccup just knocks the whole tower down. I know for sure these guys will fix it, in the near future, and I do have faith in that with all my heart. There was many times where I could have went anywhere, but I decided to stay because I can see, what they're building here and what we've built here as I've, been here this time. It's just tough to keep going out the same way, but most definitely they'll get it here. I know for a fact.
When you guys held them to 6 points, but almost until the end of the third quarter, and they'd been down in deep a lot, got stops. What went through your mind when the puck got blocked and they were right back in the game?
I wouldn't say anything bad went through my mind or any other defense mind. Let's go back out there. Let's get the turnover. Let's get the ball back for the offense to go score. There was no bad energy. Everybody was up. It's like I wouldn't say it like it didn't happen, but like it didn't happen.
How tough were, not to make excuses, but without Damian and without Deontay and some of those guys, was that a big deal or no?
I wouldn't say that. You seen just like, anybody else get hurt or go down, we got the next guy step up, and he's just as good. I wouldn't say that took away from anything. You saw for yourself, it was 3 points, 3 points, 3 points. And that's good for a defense, not letting the boys get into the end zone. I believe we did that. We showed everybody that, but, we did need those guys for sure. They're a big impact.
You obviously made your decision for your future, and I think most people expected it, but when did you know for sure? Because, you technically could have had another year if you wanted, but when did you kind of know for sure
I think last game, maybe? Yeah, probably was last game.
What kind of gives you the piece of moving on to the next level and now pursuing that?
Just grew up a lot while I was here, and got so much knowledge, I'd say, from Coach Fish and the coaches, man. We started from the bottom with this whole program and just, built everything up, and I felt like, it was that time. I did come out this past year, to fulfill my dreams and, help this team become better. I feel so bad that I couldn't help, do that, but I tried my hardest.
Hungry for the NFL.
Let's go get it.
Will you train, where you're going to train and do all that, or is that stuff you're going to decide in December?
Yeah, I wouldn't say, it was not too long, but I'll be deciding here soon where I'll be training. I just don't know right now.
How was that matchup with Johnson today? He's obviously got a connection to this place.
It's all right. He's cool, man. He's all right player, I'll say that. But I did tell him after the game, those catches weren't going on me, but maybe another DB, yeah. He's going to be a great player, though, for sure. I hate that he did go to Iowa. He could have stayed home and been a great Nebraskan and just carried on the legacy here. But he will be something special over there, and I pray he does, do good.
Yeah, we saw the competition for the spot on the other side from you this past year. What do you think is in store for the guys that'll be back next year in your position?
I really believe everybody will step up who didn't see the field this year. Those boys are hungry. You can see it on the sideline. They're begging fish, I'd say, or just all up on them to where he has to say, watch out real quick because they want to get in the game and, make a play so bad. So I just say, this upcoming spring and off season, those guys are coming for everything that they deserve, man. Marquise Buford, of course, Quentin, Braxton, Tamon, Noah, Miles, they're going to show a lot. And I believe they can handle that room and keep it the same and just build off of that.
Cam, you maybe seemed a little emotional for senior day and also coming off the field for the final time.
Yeah.
What does this place mean to you?
Everything is all I've known. Been 4 years. Haven't, looked out at any other colleges to try to, transfer anything. Set my butt here and, dealt with the heartache and the pain and just tried to change everything around. And I feel like you can only do so much. And I feel like I've done my best here, and it's that time.
All right. Thank you, Cam.
Thanks.
Thank you.
We'll finish up players and news some more, Troy. All right, go ahead with questions.
How tough was that on your final game here in Nebraska to kind of come up short there in the end?
Yeah, obviously it was really tough. We felt like we had that game. We felt like we were in control most of the game. You know, going into the game, we said we got to get a lead, build a lead early, and, you know, take advantage because they don't like to play from behind. And, you know, that's what we did, but unfortunately we shot ourselves in the foot and couldn't finish.
How'd you see Logan handle the week, and how'd you think he played overall?
I think he played really well. Surprised me with his confidence because, you know, most freshman quarterbacks, you know, they won't come in with confidence. They'll be nervous, especially in a big game like this. But, you know, he handled the whole week of preparation really well, and he came out today with confidence. And, you know, I'm proud of the kid.
You feel like a couple of big plays that the two of you made in the first drive, does that help settle a young guy in when he's...
Definitely. That first drive is so important to build confidence, to get in a rhythm. And, you know, we were able to do that.
What did you feel on that last drive? I mean, did it feel different, same as so many others that you've had this year with the opportunity to go out there and win one, survive you from
Well, first of all, that last drive felt like it took like 20 minutes. They were reviewing everything. Like, I don't even know what was going on. Felt like a whole quarter. But, you know, we were able to move the ball down the field, got really close. But, yeah, like you said, like a lot of other times, we weren't just able to finish. We weren't able to, you know, put the cap on it. And that's something I think that Nebraska is going to fix moving on next year.
You just had the 1 year here, but what do you see as the future of this team with the guys that you know are coming back?
The future's bright for Nebraska for sure. Our record obviously doesn't reflect that, but I think everybody knows that we could have won every game, should have won a lot more games. It just comes down to finishing and expecting to win. You know, you can't be satisfied with almost winning. You know, it's just that last little bit that we need to work on. But I think the future is bright for sure.
Cam was sort of trying to put forward, but wasn't it one of the strangest things to go through a year like that? I mean, 8 one-score losses and just the way everything played out week to week like that.
Yeah, you know, obviously it was very tough being so close and being right there. And, you know, I think the worst part is that it wasn't teams beating us. Most of the time it was us shooting ourselves in the foot. But that's also a bright spot because, you know, you can fix that. You're not getting beat every single game. We're beating ourselves. And as long as they can figure out how to fix that, the future's bright.
What this year mean to you personally, having the production at Montana and coming over to Nebraska and being very productive for this team as well? What does this year mean for you?
It meant a lot to me. You know, going into the portal, I just wanted to go to a place where I would have a good opportunity to show what I can do and to help the program. And I feel like I was able to do that. You know, like I said, even though our record doesn't reflect it, I think Nebraska took a lot of steps forward, and I think next year is gonna look a lot different, in my opinion.
Samara, you're a guy that's played a lot of football. You have relationships with other quarterbacks. If you had to give Logan Smothers like one piece of advice, what would that be?
Keep being you. Like I said, the confidence that he showed surprised me, and it showed a lot about his character. The moment wasn't too big for him, and I want him to, you know, continue to be confident and continue to take charge, and I think he can do that.
What's the next few weeks like for you personally, kind of transition into chasing your pro dream?
Rest. I need to get off my legs, man. It's been a long season, but other than that, a lot of decisions to be made, but. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next couple weeks kind of settling down and devising a plan for my next steps.
All right, thank you. Well, there's one more player up, Sam Stiller.
Ben, what was it like walking out the field for the last time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, just try to take everything in. You know, in reality, it wasn't much different than a lot of other times walking out the field, as unfortunate as that is.
What do you remember about your 6 years, though, and just everything you had to put in these last 6 years?
You know, honestly, you know, a ton of the guys I came in with aren't here. You know, the guys I was closest with weren't are no longer here, and so it provided a unique opportunity for me, kind of to grow and make new bonds with these younger guys and this next generation of Nebraska players, and so it's definitely a blessing.
Do you feel like the game turned on the block punt? Was it that straightforward in terms of the momentum of it?
Yeah, obviously that was when they started to score. We got two chances to get off the field in the first half, and on scoring drives, 2 on interceptions. So that also kills us.
And where do you feel this defense is at as you sort of leave it, kind of the foundation of it going into 22?
Yeah, they're going to lose a few pieces, but I think they're going to keep the majority of the guys, and the leadership that is staying will keep the unit going. It's really just about being consistent. It's not overly hard to play defense. You don't got to make it complicated. Those guys are starting to understand it. You just got to get mature dudes that are disciplined enough to do the little things, the boring things. Like it's not it's not flashy, playing good defense. So I think they're starting to understand that, and they'll going forward, I think they'll keep that going.
Yeah, are you glad you came back this year?
Yeah, without a doubt. I was at one point in time. Last year, at one point in time, I told my friends this from back home. There was a 1% chance I was coming back, and over the course of the last few weeks of the season, that swayed, and there's a lot of things that weighed on me, but ultimately, yeah, super glad. Just relationships I was able to build, and just to be able to help out this program another year is an honor.
Do you feel like personally you improved in some of the ways as a player that you were hoping to in your last year here, coming back for an extra one, and what do your next steps look like?
Yeah, for sure. My goal coming back was, obviously just to be more consistent run and pass wise, right? Overall, I think I accomplished that. It's always it's never a never-ending process. So it's just got to keep working, and that's kind of why I love the sport. Just perfecting the details. Going forward, I don't have a lot of things figured out. My focus was on the season, regardless of what our record was and beating Iowa. So I got a lot of things to figure out next level-wise in the coming weeks.
You said your mind kind of changed last year about coming back. For the guys that have to decide that now, I'm sure some might be leaning a certain way now, but is there something about the quiet or the rest of the next few weeks that sometimes changes opinions, or how'd that go, you think?
Yeah, I think honestly there was not very many guys coming back at one point in time last year, and then other guys obviously kind of getting together swayed each other's decisions. So I think they have an impact. It's an individual decision, but it's also you got teammates and people you care about a lot here. So it definitely can have an impact, I think.
Ben, obviously you spent a lot of time here with Adrian. What was it like on Sunday? Finding out that he wasn't going to be able to play, and what was it like sort of, watching him over this week handle being injured and not able to go?
Yeah, obviously my heart breaks for that kid. Put his entire life, his entire body, everything he had into this program, and not being able to finish this season really hurts. He's obviously our leader. I'm older than him significantly, right? I'm 2 or 3 years older than him, but I look up to him just leadership-wise. No matter what, the way he carries himself, he's a great human being.
Ben, this game you guys had a 15-point lead in the second half. Were there moments on the sideline where you were maybe envisioning what could possibly happen, than to have that not finish the way you wanted it to? What's the level of you guys coming to terms with the result from today?
Yeah, obviously. We were talking about we're up by 15. At that point, they're going to start throwing the ball more, and so that was really all our conversation, and that was where we wanted them. Make them drop back consistently and throw the ball, because that's not their strength. And so we had them right where we wanted them as far as that goes.
You played in empty arenas all last year. What is this opportunity to play in front of Husker Nation despite some of the disappointment, what did it mean to you to have that opportunity to play for the Huskers?
Yeah, I said this earlier this week, but the fans here make this university, and they make the experience here, and that's what makes it so great to play in Nebraska. So yeah, it was obviously super weird last year not having that, and you know, just glad to be able to come back for this season to play a real season with the fans and everything that they incorporate with the program.
All right, thanks, Ben.